And just like that, the next episode has begun. Welcome back to Ace Attorney Justice for All. I am your host, MegaShadowFist, like a video games I suck at commentary. When we last left off, we were cross-examining Will Powers for a third set of stuff, so yeah, we're gonna press him even more. I hope you're ready, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, gotta think of it, we've been pressing him for 40 minutes, haven't we? Interesting. Anyway, then the old guy just left without even going into the room. Where did this bellboy go after he left Mr. Unguard's room? He opened the door to Viola Hall, went in there, and who knows after that, right? That's probably where he came to get Maya. I do. After that, I went to the bathroom and then back to my seat. Did you see anything strange, suspicious, or just out of the ordinary at that time? Oh yeah, I saw that one thing. What? He saw something else? There was this jittery alien with a ray gun. Oh, I wonder who that could be. It was watching Juan's door like some sort of stalker. I think we can forget about the alien. Well, Mr. Well, Mr. Powers' testimony just now was just as vague as his first. It's a little troublesome, isn't it? But I'm sure if you press him even enough, everything will become clearer. Although, that just makes it harder on us, doesn't it? Talk about a lose-lose situation. After leaving Juan's room, the bellboy went and knocked on Matt's door just like that. He gave something to the person inside the room. Let's press this. We're not going to read this, all this early stuff because we've already seen it. What kind of statement is that? Oh, blah, blah. Alright, ask about the person inside this time. So, who took this something the bellboy handed off? Actually, I don't know. What do you mean? I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm. Only an arm? Then you're saying you didn't see the person's face? Yeah. I would like to summarize the testimony up to this point, if you don't mind. When the bellboy left the crime scene, he immediately went to the defendant's room. There, he handed a small item of some sort to the person inside. As for the person who received the item, all you could see was the person's arm. Yes, it was just like that! Mr. Edgeworth, is all this really that important? Of course, Your Honor. I think that this is of the utmost importance. This is when whatever was removed from the crime scene was handed over to the client. Mr. Powers, please try to remember what it was the bellboy handed off. Well, let's see. I think it was... no. If you remember, please add it to your testimony. Yes, sir. If I saw it again, I could say for sure, but I think it was some sort of wooden statue. A statue? Yeah, it kind of looked like one, I guess. If I saw the actual thing again, I'd probably remember, you know? Looks like for this trial to proceed, I'm going to have to come up with whatever this statue thing is and show it to him. You're going to have to trust your instinct on this one and take a chance, Phoenix. Well, Mr. Powers, please continue with your testimony. What did the bellboy do after that? Then the old guy just left without even going into the room. If I saw it again, I could say for sure, but I think it was some wooden statue. Okay, so what could we... Maya's Magatama? Wooden statue, you say? The knife? Okay, so... what here could possibly be mistaken for a wooden statue? The knife is brown, so maybe that, but why would he be carrying a knife? Oh. Let's go for it. Did I get it wrong? What? What was the point of that pregnant pause? Where did this objection come from? Well, speak up! It was me, Your Honor. What is it, Phoenix? I have a feeling that something bad is going to happen once I show this. Mr. Wright, if you have something to say, please spit it out! Yes, Your Honor. Okay, Phoenix, deep breath. Mr. Powers, the something you saw, Was it this item? Oh, hey! That's it! That's the something! Wow, Mr. Wright, you really figured it out! I recall we found this at Madangard's mansion. At the defendant's house?! What does this mean? It's simple, Your Honor. Shelley the killer assassinated Juan Cortida in his room. And then he stole this wooden bear from the scene of the crime. That's made out of wood? Really? I thought it was just a regular teddy bear. Then I'm sure you might be saying, oh, well then why did you submit it if you didn't know it was made out of wood? Because it was brown. So I was like, well, it's brown. Maybe he saw it from afar and assumed that it was, but then again, just because the teddy bear is brown, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's, okay, I use faulty logic. Oh, I admit it. Okay, anyway. Then the bear being found at Mr. Angard's mansion would mean... It goes without saying, Your Honor. Mr. Madangard is the killer's client. Order! 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 I said order! Mr. Wright, this is the most unfortunate turn of events for you. Yeah. Sorry, Mia. No, it's alright. Your judgment was sound. Actually, I figured the bear would come up. If not now, then it would have later on. Even if he hadn't shown it to the court, I'm sure your friend Edgeworth would have. Ah, I almost forgot that he knew about it too. I think it is clear that there is no need for us to continue this trial. We didn't lose, did we? I can't let this happen. I have to do something. There has to be something we've overlooked. Your Honor, a minute, please. Yes, Mr. Wright. There are still a few points left that we have not fully explored. What are you trying to pull? Oh, well, we can't have that. You're right, we can't. We can't have that without saving, of course. Let's go ahead and save, please. Continue. From save point. It's not like we would automatically lose, but, we need to save. I'm so used to having so low, patience meter that, I just assume that any mistake I make is gonna automatically make me lose. I'm sorry. Oh, well, we can't have that. Alright, Mr. Wright. What questionable point would you like to explore further? Powers testimony to the person who received the bear. Ooh. The bear itself. The person who received the bear. Okay, Powers' testimony is sound. I don't want to question that. The person who received the bear. Let's go with the bear itself. I think it's fairly obvious that the bear itself is very questionable. Well, actually, no, not really, because Cortida had a room full of bears. The bear, Mr. Wright. This was found at Mr. Angard's mansion. However, Mr. Angard was arrested at the hotel that night, which means that since the murders occurred, he has not had a chance to go home. Oh. I think Your Honor has already figured out what I'm trying to say. It is not possible that it was Mr. Angard who took this bear to his mansion. That doesn't really mean anything, but why, that's very true. We didn't consider that point, Mr. Wright, but, the killer could have easily taken it. There was no way, time-wise, for the defendant to have taken this bear home. Phew, disaster averted. Nope. You haven't gotten the best of me yet, Mr. Wright. Huh? I remember it clear as day. I remember what you muttered to yourself at Angard's mansion. We have this area completely surrounded. There is no way for him to escape. I can't believe it. That butler. All this time he was the killer. Oh no! The killer and Angard were working together, so to speak. And the killer was hiding at Angard's mansion as its butler. Ooh, what a bold move! The bear figurine was brought back to Angard mansion by the killer himself. When it looked like he was about to be arrested, Angard had him do so. I assume because it would have been bad had the police found it during their investigation. Well, Mr. Wright, you've been quiet for a while now. This is too much. Isn't there anything I can attack at all? I have to try. I have to find something else. What would you do now, Mr. Wright? Do you plan to... I plan to expose a clearly shaky place in Mr. Power's testimony. What? There's still another one. There is indeed, Your Honor, and it's quite a questionable point. What are you trying to pull? Oh, well, we can't have that. All right, Mr. Wright, what questionable point would you like to explore further? The person who received the bear, I guess. There was one thing in Mr. Power's testimony that was very unclear, and that is the identity of the person who received the bear. He gave something to the person inside the room. I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm. As long as we don't know who it was that took the bear, we can't be sure of... Ah! What is it, Mr. Powers? If you're going to scream like that, then at least give us a good reason why. Oh yeah, sorry. Actually, so I remembered. I remembered who took the bear. What? Really? I mean, I only saw his arm, but the arm. It was a Nickel Samurai's arm, I swear it. You've got to be kidding! Are you sure of that, Mr. Powers? Yeah, I'm sure it was the Nickel Samurai. Order! Order! It looks like you've dug your own grave yet again. How many times is that today? I've lost count. So, the person who took this is the little bear, who took in this little bear was the Nickel Samurai. And, as we all know, Madame Garde is a Nickel Samurai. Thanks to the defense, we've made that all the clearer. I think we've heard enough. We now know why this bear figurine was at the defendant's mansion, as well as who it was that received the bear from the assassin in his room. Everything has become very clear. The client who hired the assassin to commit the murder was Madame Garde. Mr. Madame Garde. Excuse me, I forgot the honorific. I see no reason for this trial to continue. Therefore, I will now hand down my verdict. Thank you, Your Honor, for your understanding. You see, Mr. Wright, you could not win against the truth, could you? I knew it would turn out this way. After all, what Edgeworth has stated is the truth. Any last objections, Mr. Wright? Well, do I? What should I do? Hear the verdict? Oh, hell no. Let's raise an objection. I sounded like a Rita. Oh, hell no. The beauty core is, the beauty core is invincible. Or wait, no, was it the beauty core? No, not quite. Anyway, oh hell no! I'm really breaking the pace talking about Tales of Vesperia stuff right now. Anyway, where was I? There's only one way for me to drag this trial out. The only thing I have left is one dirty trick. Your Honor, right now we have these two reasons to believe my client is a client of the assassin. Reason number one, he accepted the bear figurine from the assassin. Reason number two, that very same figurine was found at On Guard Mansion. However, it's possible this is all the work of a certain other person. What are you saying? What I am saying is, it's possible a different person is to kill his real client. The real client? Yes. Tisk. Is this all you have? Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your theory. After saving, of course, because... I mean, it was still important to save, because I could get them all wrong. That has happened before, ladies and gentlemen, so, I wouldn't put it past me. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your theory. Who do you say is the real client of the killer? And therefore the real murderer? Maya Fey, Pearl Fey, Dick Gumshoe, Francisco Von Karma, Edgeworth, Will Powers, Lotta Hart, Juan Corrida possibly. We can't say Matt. It sure as hell was not Wendy Oldbag. Celeste Impacts is dead, but... well, that would be interesting. Adrian Andrews, Madame Garde. We'll go with Juan Corrida. Maybe. You've let me down, Mr. Wright. Huh? I know you are aware of the truth, and you are free to turn your eyes from it, but at least try to make some sense while you are doing so. Yeah. You might say, oh, well, you might say, I'll give you another chance, don't squander it. You might say, oh, well, why would he hire an assassin? I was going for the dark horse option, okay? Like, maybe there was gonna be, like, some type of Adrian Andrews or Celeste Impacts? I don't want to say Adrian Andrews, though. Could it be Celeste Impacts? Let's go with Adrian Andrews. I didn't want to say that, but I guess it's true. Adrian Andrews? Yes, we already know that she tried to frame Madangard for the crime. This is so dirty. By wearing a spare Nickel Samurai costume. Then the Nickel Samurai's arm that I saw, that could have very well been Mr. Andrews. Or Mr. Andrews as per usual. Why do I always say that? But what about Mr. Angard? If you would please recall yesterday's testimony, the defendant was taking a nap during the break period. That's right. Then, finding this figurine at Mr. Angard's mansion, it was a well-laid trap set by Miss Andrews. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion on this? I can't even begin to count the flaws in the defense's logic. Besides which, there is no evidence to support it. However, I can't fully discount its possibility either. What is with this trial? Come on, anyone can tell Angard did it! I can't believe the defendants would go so far as to pin the guilt on someone else! Yeah, unbelievable! It's not something petty, it's murder of all things! Yes, you might be wondering why they all had stupid voices. Well, actually, I do stupid voices for pretty much everyone, actually. This is to save Maya. This is to save Maya. Even if the whole world turns against me, this is one fight I can't give up on. Order! 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 All disruptive parties will be forced to leave this courtroom. Your Honor, for the benefit of the defense, I'm willing to play along with his what-if game. His what-if game, Mr. Edgeworth? The prosecution is prepared to challenge the defense's theory. He knew this was going to happen, didn't he? Mr. Wright, even you must have thought it strange and wondered, why would the criminal want this little wooden bear? He's right. The killer did specially bring that bear to Angard right away. Why do you ask? Is there something special about it? Absolutely. And I'm sure that once the court knows its significance, the true killer's identity will become crystal clear. Your Honor, the prosecution calls upon a witness who will clear all doubts against Miss Andrews. And who would that be? It's quite simple, Your Honor. Miss Adrian Andrews herself. I see. Well then, the court will take a short 10-minute recess. The prosecution will prepare its witness in that time. Yes, Your Honor. Oh, I thought they were going to go through another section, but we're still in the same part. March 23rd, 11:54 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Oh, I knew it was a good idea to hold her hostage, don't you agree, Mr. Lawyer? But I never thought in your desperation you'd try to pin the guilt onto Adrian. I swear this demon will pay. Mr. Nick! Pearls? Where's Mia? I don't know. A really strong power suddenly called her away. A really strong power? Probably Maya. Anyway, whatever the case would be, because, you know, the head family is always the most powerful, the branch family isn't as powerful, but Pearl is pretty powerful, but whatever the case would be, I'll see you guys in the next episode.